Hey everybody, Loud House Critic here. I suppose you guys are back for another Loud House Critic episode revisit. Well, today is March 28th, and there was a certain Loud House episode I actually reviewed long ago, back in the first season in 2019, when I thought this episode was really good. Until then, I started getting a few angry emails about me reviewing that episode, and then suddenly I watched the episode again, and then I realized I made a huge mistake about what I rated the episode before. Because I thought it was great, but suddenly I changed my mind about it. I'm so sorry about this, but I've got to tell the truth. I suppose you all have seen the episode Friendzy. Yeah, well, I'm sorry. When watching this episode again at this time period, I see a whole lot of problems with it. Like I said before, during the first season of the Loud House Critic, from Left in the Dark all the way up to Party Down, my brain cells weren't even functioning the right way of being a critic until I got a hold of Loud House and Study Muffin. And to hate to start things off, I truly think this is an awful episode. It's kind of season 3's worst episode. But let me elaborate on a few things about it, and you guys will actually agree with what I say here. This episode, it had a whole lot of problems. The Loud family are at their absolute worst in this episode. Everybody, even the nicer sisters as Lenny and Luna, are complete jerks to each other when they feel so much out of character. Well, everybody was muchly out of character. It's like everything got thrown out the window. And everybody is just obnoxious. And even the parents are so fucking bad at this episode. They don't set their foot down and tell the kids what they're doing wrong. And what do? They don't fix it. They go out and hide at the fucking mall. And there's so much hypocrites at the end, but I'll talk about that one when I get there. Well, there was an attempt at comedy. It doesn't work too well because, like I said, everyone was out of character to make it work. Also, I felt overwhelmed by this episode. There were so many characters on screen at once, and the pacing was so fast, it just became fucking chaotic. I mean, surely it's nice to see a couple of minor characters, like I said before. And like I said, this is actually what I kind of liked about the episode, but everything else is just thrown out the window. I mean, some people are saying, oh my gosh, look, there's Sam, look, there's Darcy, look, there's Haiku, there's Margot, there's Giggles, there's Becky, there's Whitney. It was good to actually see all these minor characters, but my concern is, where the hell was Carol Pingree at in this? I mean, self-improvement already came before this episode even happened. And this episode, it kind of feels like it's Brawl in the Family all over again. Although that episode was bad too, but it's not the worst compared to No Such Fucking Luck. But that one knew how to handle Lincoln as a character. In this one, he's completely out of character, just like everybody else is, because everybody acts like a selfish, whiny little brat to actually get what they want. And yet everybody is at their complete selfishness in this episode so they can claim what the fuck they want to get. And I really got sick of that gag about how they're all smirking and smiling at each other when they're trying to give somebody the shaft. Like I said, it's good to see all these minor characters who you really like from the past Loud House episodes, but they're only there to just serve nothing else but just to be there for the sake of the plot. Hell, most of them don't get a speaking role in this episode. Now about the parents, it's sadly to hurt this way. I fucking hated them in this episode because they were so hypocritical and so much in the beginning. And yet when Lincoln and all the other idiot siblings are actually having too many friends over, they do nothing about it. They just go out and hide at the mall. And when the cop shows up, they decide to actually punish their kids right there to pay the price in the end. And yet what do after this? They have a couple of friends over. Okay, that is a dick move for what they do. That's not a charming parent mistake. They're a bunch of idiots, and what the hell are these parents even on? Do they really not give a shit about their kids? I'm telling you, these two need to start getting their shit together if we really want to like them as supportive parents, unlike several others. So for my final result, I really don't like this episode way much as I used to. There are a few things I did like seeing all the minor characters, but everything else is just shit. I hated how everybody was totally out of character, and I mean everybody. Not Lily at all. I'm telling you, how the way you actually thought of this episode at first, watch the episode again at this kind of time period, and it will make you change your mind forever. This has been a great revisit of one of my Loud House episode reviews, and I plan to do a few more in the future. See y'all next time.